G'day guys, welcome back into another video on the channel. Now in today's video I'm going to be doing my round 23 tips and predictions. I do apologise not for getting my round 21 and 22 out because I did do my round 20 tips. But then for round 21 I was away the whole week. I couldn't really do it. I just couldn't do it at all. And then last week I was busy on the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday and I didn't really have time to do it. But this week we're bringing the tips back for round 23 and hopefully for next round in round 24 and then the final series. But yeah, enough of me talking. Let's just get straight into the video. Before we do, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's just get straight into the tips. Alrighty, for the first game of the round, we've got 10th versus 1st. Essendon versus the Swans at the... I was going to say the MCG, but it's at Marvel. It's at Marvel Stadium at 5:40 PM on the Friday to kickstart round 23. This game is... I don't actually know. Can Essendon make finals? Well, it's a danger game for the Swans because they're really lucky last week. They got away with... It wasn't the best umpiring, I'll say that. 26-15 free kicks, I believe. And there was a certain Pies fan that wasn't very happy that night either. But for this game, I think the Swans, if they want to keep their top two chances, because I think they have locked in their top two, but if they want to get the minor premiership, they got to win this realistically. And for the Bombers, I don't think they can make it for finals because that can we just talk for a second about that Mac Andrew goal last week? That was insane. After the siren, I really did think the Bombers were going to win that game, and by a fair margin as well, by at least 20 plus. But the Suns ended up getting the chocolates in the end by, I think it was 4 or 5 points. It wasn't much. Well, actually, no, it was 1 point. Actually, yeah, it was 1 point. But yeah, for this game, I think because it is at Marvel, the Swans recently haven't been playing very well at Marvel Stadium. But I'm gonna go Essendon to get the job done. I reckon I'm just gonna go safe and go the Bombers to get the job done by 10 points. Alrighty guys, now for the second game of the round, we've got at People's First Stadium at 11:45 AM. We've got the Gold Coast Suns taking on the Melbourne Demons. The D's, we'll start off talking about the D's. They did lose last week against Port, but I think everyone did tip that, obviously, because the D's, obviously, the second half of the season has just been it's been really messy for them this year as a whole. But they did start off well, I guess, but now they're just that mediocre side now, really. But it's at People's First Stadium, and I believe the last time the Suns played at home was the first loss at home that they got for the season. And also, let's just talk about Mac Andrews' goal after the siren last week. That was phenomenal from the Suns. That performance was phenomenal. I really did think Essendon were going to win by 20 plus, but no, the Suns really did show up at Marvel and get their first win away from home for the entire season in the third last round of the home and away season. Finally, everyone thought it wasn't going to happen. They finally got it. Finally got that win away from home. But yeah, one side did lose, one side won. I think off that win last week, the Suns will be pretty confident at home, and they should get the job done by 17 points. Fairly confident in that as well, that they will get the job done by a decent margin of 17 points. Alrighty, now for the next game, we've got the Giants taking on the Fremantle Dockers at the Showgrounds, or NG Stadium, Giants Stadium, whatever you want to call it. It's been renamed that many times. Yeah, with the 2 losses in a row, I do think the Fremantle Dockers top 4 chances are at stake. That they really are at stake now. Same with the Lions because they lost last week. But with this game, it's at the Showgrounds, right? They do not play well at the Showgrounds whatsoever. They've gotten smashed by 30 plus, I think, the past 4 or 5 games that they've played there. against the Giants. 30-40 plus have gotten smashed by. But yeah, this game, I do see the Giants winning. But because the Dockers have lost 2 in a row, I do think that they will be hungry. They will be definitely hungry for a win. So I'm going to say it's close, and I'm going to say it's only 6 points. Yep, 1 goal, just a 1 goal margin to the Giants to win. And I think the Giants could make top 2 this year, maybe even. If Port lose their next, I think if Port lose one more, or their last 2, whatever it is, I do think the Giants could actually make top 2 with Sydney. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with the Giants. I'm just gonna go the Giants by 6 points on the Saturday. Alrighty, now with the 2:35 PM game. This game is the grand final rematch from last year. 11th versus 5th. As the Lions did choke majorly, very majorly choked to the Giants last round. I really did think that they were going to beat them that game. And I'm pretty sure they were in front for the first half, was it? I don't know. I wasn't watching that game. At the same time, I was watching North versus Eagles, where my boys got a sweet victory. But with this game, it's at the MCG, and I do think Collingwood will win this. I think Collingwood, after last week's performance, which had shit umpiring, may I say, I think Collingwood should have won that last week if the umpiring was actually proper. Because there was, 26-15 free kicks. So yeah, it was pretty bad, favouring the Swans. But I'm gonna go the Magpies to get the job done in a really close game. I think it'll be a really close game, I reckon. And I'm gonna say 2 points. I'm gonna say 2 points. I reckon this is gonna be a really, really close game. Alrighty, Port Adelaide versus the Crows at the Adelaide Oval. The showdown, 5:30 PM Australian Western Standard Time. This should be a good game. Both sides coming off really good wins. Or not really good for Port, but like they came off a decent win for Port. But for Adelaide, that's a massive win for Adelaide against the Doggies, which are on a massive 3-game winning streak against some pretty strong sides at the time when they did play them. But it seems Adelaide, when they're the underdogs, they always get the upset. They always get the upset win. That's why I'm gonna go Adelaide by. I reckon this will be either close or it'll be a shit show. By shit show, I mean 30 points plus. But I think it'll be close. And I'm going to go Adelaide to win it by, or let's say 8 points. Because I reckon it'll be more than a goal, but it'll still be a fairly entertaining game. And out of the 2 Saturday night games, I think this will be the one that I'm watching. Alrighty, on to the second Saturday night game. We've got the Saints taking on the Geelong Cats at Marvel. I think I recall the last time that they did play was at GMHBA round 2, I believe, where it was a really, really close game. I think the Cats ended up getting the job done by, I don't know, it was like 4, 5, 6 points, something like that. It was a close game, I'll just say that. But this is different. These teams are both coming off very good wins. The Saints coming off a win against the Tigers at Marvel, was it? Or the MCG? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And then the Cats coming off a good win against the Dockers over here in the West. But I think I'm just going to go the Cats. I'm just going to go the safe option. For this week. And I'm going to go with the Cats by 13 points. Alrighty, now on to the first Sunday game. We've got North Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs from Marvel Stadium. Technically, this is both their home grounds, but it is listed down as a Doggies game, obviously. As a Doggies home game, obviously. North coming off a tough loss down in Hobart. And the Dogs coming off a tough loss over in Adelaide as well, yeah. I think that was the Sunday game that I did watch. But if you're going to go safe, got to go the Bulldogs. But yeah, I think if they do lose this, I think that puts their top 8 chances at big risk. So I'm going to go the Doggies, and I'm going to go them by a fair margin as well. I'm going to go them by 29 points. Alrighty, the second last game of the round, we've got the Hawks taking on the Richmond Tigers at the MCG. Obviously, the Tigers coming off a loss. It's just been a season from hell for the Tigers this year. They're going to finish wooden spoon no matter what you'd think. And then the Hawks coming off a massive win, huge win against, who was it? Carlton. Yeah, it was Carlton. They came off a massive win from Carlton on the weekend, so that's a massive confidence booster for them. But yeah, I think if you're going to go safe, it's at the MCG, which is where the Hawks play their best footy. So I'm going to go the Hawks, and I'm going to go the Hawks by 17 points. Alrighty, now on to the final game of the round. We've got my boys over here in Perth at Optus Stadium taking on the Blues, who came off a tough loss last week. And I think we have a very, very decent chance of winning this. I don't think we will win, because because we've been shit for that long. I've just lost all faith in the club pretty much. But we're coming off a good win against North. What was it? 4 goals in the last 2 minutes, something ridiculous like that. Oscar Allen obviously with the winning goal, with a snap, crazy snap as well. It was like in a massive pack. But anyways, I think Carlton will get the job done. Obviously, if they don't get this, I don't think they're making finals. Realistically, I really don't think they'll make finals if they don't win this. But yeah, I'm gonna go Carlton. But the reason I do think we have a chance as well is because they've got no Curnow, no Mackay, and no TDK for this game, and we've got Tom Barrass back in. So I think we have a fair chance, but I still do think Carlton will get the Chockies. They won't smash us, but I reckon they will win, and I reckon they'll get the job done by 15 points. Alrighty guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this week's tips. I know I have not been uploading nearly as much as I did last year or at the start of the year, and I really do apologise for that. I just haven't had time for content creation just as of late, and I haven't had many ideas. In fact, I've had no ideas at all. But for the off season, and for the finals as well, I've got a few ideas planned for some videos. So expect some content coming out within the next month. 3 or 4 videos, or probably 2. I reckon 2 or 3 videos within the next month and a half, I reckon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.